Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Captain Crush. I'll be your host for the next couple minutes. It's not going to be a long video today because we have WNBA and MLB, and it's going to be a quick breakdown. What I do is I cover prize picks, underdog fantasy, thrive fantasy, all things fantasy sports will be covered right here on this channel, including DraftKings, okay? I try to do things in a different way. I give you some plays, but I also focus on giving you the why and how to be able to do it yourself. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around and let me see if I can earn your subscription. Normally, I would go over to Thrive Fantasy, but today we are going straight to prize picks where I'm going to discuss the MLB and WNBA. All right, so here I have my handy dandy notepad and I have a couple of MLB plays to discuss, three of which are from Bryce and Wyatt Sport, okay? Cobb and Rhea, first inning runs allowed, less. Then we have Mike Trout himself, more 7.5 hitter fantasy score, and then Austin Gomber, more than 3.5 earned run allowed, okay? Those three are coming from Bryce and Wyatt Sport, who I talk to on a daily basis. We discuss some MLB and other things. He'll be helping me out with the MLB all summer long. If you want, give him a shout out. This is his Twitter right over here, okay? Yesterday, my personal MLB picks was a sweep, 3 of 3, so we're not sleeping on the MLB, but it is a pretty difficult to adjust to, but at least we have a full selection of boards to choose from, so it's always gonna be a W. And then I have 3 other ones that I like today. Dylan Cease, more than 6 strikeouts. Ahmed Rosario, less, 1.5 total bases. A quick talk about these under/over bases real quick, okay? These are the hardest plays to get right. They can literally hit a homer, they can steal bases, anything and everything can happen to make that go wrong. So just know that when you take these bases, it's always going to be a dice roll. So be prepared to cry and be prepared to have your girlfriend wipe your tears if they sell. And then lastly, we have Yuri Perez, less 2.5 earned runs allowed. So that would be a little 6-man. If you want to take that, you can. Feel free to tail, but I always recommend mix and match your own play, okay? That is the key to success around you. Anyone telling you differently is a liar. Now we will go over to the WNBA. We have 3 little games today. Unfortunately, 2 of them are blowout spreads, 7 and 14, and the other one is a 2-point spread, which is the one that I will be targeting today. I want to cover Allisha Gray right here while she's here. More 14.5 points. I believe this was minus 110. There isn't very many websites that have odds on these WNBA player props yet because it just started, and just like I always tell you guys, my model doesn't have enough data points. Well, they don't have the data points either. You can't just go by last season when everything has been moved and shifted around. So that being said, we will do the unfathomable and we will literally try to get this right. Allisha Gray, more 14.5 points. Buyer beware, seller beware. She's been known to sell a bag or two in her life. Then from the Chicago game, the one with the close spread, we have Natasha Howard. Last game, her point total was 17.5. I believe she got 16. She sold that. She had plenty of opportunities to make layups. She missed, but you can go right back. More 16.5 real points. But me personally, my favorite, I am taking the fantasy score side of things. More 37.5 fantasy points. I will take it all day. Next up, I have Arike Ogunbowale. Oh, I used to be able to say this right, but now I'm having trouble. Arike Ogunbowale. There we go. Said it. It rolls off the tongue if you say it right. More 23.5 points. Last game, this was at 22.5. She barely covered, but she got there. I'm taking it again. Again, it's a 2-point spread. Should be a close game. I will take more here. If you want to go to the fantasy score side of it, I don't hate that either. Next, Satao Sabali. I know I'm saying that wrong. More 32.5 fantasy points. Check this out, okay? Last game, she barely covered, but I believe that game was a blowout. Then the game before, 47.9 where she peaked. The game before that, 34. This is going to be risky. I'm telling you guys right now. The only reason I'm taking it is because her minutes are trending up, as you can go over here and see, okay? She's played 2 games, 33.5 minutes. Last season, she didn't play anywhere near that, and I'm not sure why, so I'm just following the trend because I have limited data points. I have 2 games to make a decision, so I will go ahead and take that, but the Vegas odds that I did find are favoring her real point total to go left. So that would be 17 points here. You would take less there if you're so inclined, but I'm just going to stick to the fantasy score because it's always more fun to root for overs than it is for unders. Let's keep it 100 around, okay? The next lady that I want to talk about, if you can call her that, Courtney Williams, 10.5 real points. The books have it at 11.5. I had it at under 10.5 earlier. Last game she played, she was fine. She was green till the last 2 minutes of the game. She went off. Same thing with the fantasy score, 26.5. She was playing the Washington team, which is a way better defense. Now she's playing in a different environment. If you want to take more here, it's close spread. I don't hate it, but I would still probably take less on the points. It is a point more here on Prize Picks, which I don't like, so we're forfeiting that extra point that it should be, which is 11.5. So if you want to go ahead and just take the fantasy point more, I don't mind it, but again, I would most likely just fade it, but I'm going ahead and mentioning it because I did see some value here. Okay, and the last two that I want to talk about, WNBA first half, you got to go all the way to the end of the board. It's right there. These two ladies, Jackie Young and A'ja Wilson. This team, I've already called my shot. They're going to win the championship again. They're going to do it again. No one's coming close. They blow out everyone they play. Yesterday, it was the top of the third, and they were up almost 30 points. It's ridiculous. That happens in the NBA, but these people are doing it on the regular. Today, it's a 14-point spread. I liked Jackie Young yesterday. She only played literally 2.5 quarters, and she almost hit her fantasy score. So today, I'm taking the first half, 17.5 on Jackie, and A'ja Wilson first half 21.5. That way, if they get it done in a half, if it is a blowout, I will, hopefully it's because they crush, and I will take my turn, I will roll my dice, and I will shoot my shot on these two going more in the first half. Now we have covered MLB, WNBA. I'm not going into the full analysis because I'm saving that for like my Discord stuff and whatnot. But if you want to go over here to PGA, if you want to take a shot on Adam Schenk, who is the leader of this tournament, the Charles Schwab Classic, he's at 3 birdies. I most likely think he'll push. Today's going to be the hardest day for him. If you want to go ahead and take more there, I don't hate it. You could do worse. It's a total dice roll. Maybe he continues the trend of crushing. Maybe he doesn't. But most likely it'll be a push. If you want to add it in, maybe he gets lucky today and goes off, you can. All right, so I covered Prize Picks today, everything I wanted to do. I want to talk about this real quick on DraftKings. The spread itself for the game tomorrow, the Game 7 back in TD Ameritrade Garden. Miami Heat plus 7.5, plus 265 money line. Boston Celtics minus 7.5. Listen, I honestly believe at this point, Boston has all the momentum. Now they get to go home. They have a chance at making history. I just think that the Heat have done the biggest choke job in American history. They should have won that game last night. It's controversial. I don't know what happened. I watched it live and I still don't know what happened. That being said, Boston Celtics minus 7.5. No, sir. I will take Miami Heat plus 7.5 because it's a good line. And if you want to take it now, now's the time to take it because I'm sure it's going to move. Yes, Boston has all the momentum and they most likely will win. But will they win by 7.5? AKA they're going to need 8. I'm not 100% sure, so if you want to go ahead and take that, that's my 2 cents. I'm going to cover one more thing real quick, and that is my Discord esports channel. Listen, if you want to join my Discord, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But I'm just going to go ahead and plug this right now because these guys are all night, round the clock. It's insane. They're literally just posting play after play for Call of Duty, other esports. I don't know how they do it, but they are doing it. And there's 2 guys, Retro and RJM, that are feeding the entire Discord community on the esports section. This is probably the most popular one, and it'll probably stay that way all summer long. So I will be letting these guys do their thing, and that'll be that. I just wanted to give them a little shout out, but we move on. Okay, that's it. You've reached the end of the video. It's a short and sweet video today with only WNBA and MLB to discuss. I got to get ready for tomorrow's Game 7. I will be active on my Discord today answering questions. We'll probably have a live stream over there if you're in there. Yesterday was a good day over there. Most of the Dub Club plays hit, had a couple L's, but that's to be expected whenever you're targeting a same game parlay, especially in this particular series. If you're new here, let me know in the comments. Go check my previous content. Obviously, today's not going to be my best work where I go into a deep dive like I normally do because there's just not a lot of data points for the WNBA. I'm still watching, I'm still learning, and that will come soon. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you liked the video, let me know. Good luck. I'm giving you a salute, and as always, let's crush.